are live. At least I think so. Let me refresh this thing and see if you can hear me and see me. Make sure there's no echo, nothing weird going on. Let me see. Who is here? We're 2 minutes late, but we're here. That's all that matters. Let me see. Lemuel, Alberto, what's up? Manny Fresh, Rory, Matt. Hope everyone's sales going great. Still going steady in the new year. Can't complain. Mercari's been slower. eBay been great. Goat been meh. We will talk about sales. Kevin, what's up? Mr. Sports LA. Hey, did you see the trade? Well, D'Angelo is coming back to the Lakers, which they drafted him, but now Russell Westbrook is traded, and now he's going to the Jazz. So all the Westbrook Rockets jerseys at Marshall's, we might see Laker ones now. Every team Westbrook has been on will show up at Marshall's at some point. Flipping it good. What's up? Jimmy, the man misinformation in hand. KC flipping fold. Hustle Crow. Lucky on 3 legs. Danny, my boy. Select Goods. There he is. J. Lou, what's up? Mendes Finds. Good to see you. Retrospective Gear, my boy. D-Bay. Sneakers Envy. Let me see. Vegas Valet. Mark Walker. Christian Lopez. Brian, who I did see today as well. Girl on Fire. Hey, Slim Pickens. Josh Leva. Hustle Crow. Let me see. LK. Ross Shallington. Sneaker Pickers. Joanne. Let me see. What? Just got home, Mr. Sports LA. Yes, sir. Sneaker Pickers cart full of football cleats. Sold a Thunder one last year. Oh, Josh on Westbrook jerseys. Tony and Palma, XMS, more people coming in. All right, so today's topic, realistic day in life of a full-time reseller. What does that look like? Now, not necessarily a sneaker reseller. It could be anything. But let's start off with, we got news, we got different things. Here we go. Starting off this weekend. Who do we have? Who are we in the chat? You know what? We should do a poll. Who are we going for? What are we looking for? Who are we rooting for in this Super Bowl? Where's my buttons in here? Oh, here we go. All right, Super Bowl winner. And we'll put Chiefs, not chefs, Chiefs and Eagles. There we go. Ask your community. All right. Let me see. Girl on Fire video's been fired. I appreciate that. I'm trying to edit, get ready for the next one on Friday. Renita, what's up? Bradway B. Let me see. Drop off packages, secure, drive, ship, eat, sleep. Tony. Yeah, a lot of those are on the list. Gotta root for Eagles. Chiefs have too many clowns on their team. Too bad for Mahomes. Sneaker Pickers. All right. So, it should be a good game. Let's see what happens on Sunday. You know what happens too, though, is like, there's times where, you know, we get invited to Super Bowl parties, you get invited to Super Bowl things to watch, and you're like, if it's not your team, sometimes it could be tough to watch, even if it is the Super Bowl, when you have listings that you know you could be doing, other things you could be working on. Or maybe you're just, hey, I like it, I want to relax. That could happen too, but sometimes it just gets to me, or I'm like, man, how many shoes could I just knock out right now? Get them listed. As a Giants fan, Chiefs for the win, Broadway B. Totally understandable. All right, let's see what the chat says right now. We're at 62% Eagles. Very nice. All right. Let me see. Can't wait for the Gronk kick of destiny. Who are the refs rooting for, says Yaroslav. Yaroslav looking into the script to see who they are choosing to win. Let me see. Sneaker pickers. We can't say that team on here. I'm listing right now, Mrs. Sports LA. I like that. Okay, so ending the poll, Eagles at 62%, and I'll see you next Wednesday. We'll see if you guys got that right or not, or maybe that's just who you're going for. Okay. Next one, little updates. How do we feel about the Nike Ja 1? Ja Morant got that swoosh going around the shoe, multicolors right now. I'm not really a fan of this Hustler Hacks color one, believe it or not. I do like the one in the middle, kind of like that Memphis, like a soft blue. The pink one's all right. But overall, $110 basketball shoe, I think they're clean. I think there's like a mismatch Barcelona one coming out. That one's pretty dope too. Let's see what the chat says. Too much like LeBron's. Interesting, says Danny. The newer LeBron, which kind of has that double swoosh, more of like a... I think the new LeBron has more Flyknit or like a better material, I would think. I don't know. Let me see. No resale value. Doesn't matter. Mark Walker. There we go. All right, next one. Okay, on the updates. Are you tired of seeing these big red boots on IG? Now, I believe retail is $350. Are they gonna resell well? Did they? I don't even know when they come out. I know nothing else about them except for more clown posts on IG more than anything. People trying to rock them, getting attention, stories, reels, posts. Boots are everywhere right now that I see on IG. Those are wild, Josh Leva. Let me see. I'm copying these boots. Slim Pickens. High top Ronald McDonald's. Vintage Profit. What? They will resell well. I believe so too. I believe they will resell well. I showed people they couldn't take them off. No one seemed to be taking photos or reels of them driving. Can you drive with these? Clown shoes, Ilake. Can you fly with them? Need the underwear to match with those. Let me see. You gotta be a brave man to wear those. Pac-Man boots. I saw someone, or they couldn't take them off. Exactly, Josh. But that's what I saw too. So I don't know when they come out. Did they already release? I know they retail at $350. Great for cosplay. Astro Boy, 100% select goods, which is exactly what they're going for that cosplay. Or maybe they just want to wear them, and I don't know. But I'd rock those to Sneaker Con. There we go, Josh Leva. Sue Huskins, ooh. This is a novelty shoe. If you drive in these, that's your fault if you get in an accident. SA. So that I've just been seeing them all over IG, so I figured, you know what? Let's bring out the updates. Glenn can wear them to Ross. There we go, eBay Poshman. Okay. Oh, before we get into the sales though, we do have other news. So let me remove this. Add to stream. Okay, so into the news today, eBay plans to lay off 500 employees, about 4% of its workforce. Now, according to this article, let me see, eBay on Tuesday announced to cut 500 jobs. They decided to do layoffs after examining the global macroeconomic, I can't even talk, environment over the past several months. He said cuts will strengthen eBay's ability to deliver better experiences for its customers, and it will help eBay focus on areas where it can make the most impact. So that came out today, yesterday on cuts. 10,000 people work for eBay, Vintage Profit. You're probably asking, what do they do? Probably more on the software side, no? Hustlebee. I didn't know if he was gonna show up or not. He needs this vacation. He's been working hard. And JC too. JC's been working real hard. So glad that they're out in the Philippines visiting family. That's what the bee needs. I know when he comes back, he's gonna be working hard, ready to go. Let's see. Let's go down. Now, it said company's layoff announcement marks the latest round of job cuts in the tech industry. Zoom announced plans to cut around 1,300 jobs. In January, Google revealed plans to lay off more than 12,000 workers. Microsoft disclosed plans to cut 10,000 employees. And Salesforce announced plans to lay off 7,000 workers. So 500 doesn't look like much compared to all of these, but I guess they're just talking about the latest round of job cuts in the tech industry. So there we go. Let me see. If that's the case, they wouldn't up the fees, extra grands. The employees probably decide how and when to raise fees. AI is replacing humans. Man, this AI stuff is getting wild. And, first it started off with, not filtered photos, but photos from, other artwork and people on Facebook and IG. They want to look like gods and comic, I don't know, warriors or something, and AI generated. Now we're getting into deep fakes and music and articles are just straight up AI and voice manipulation into AI. Things are going to get wild. AI really can't replace humans. Not yet. Or at least not right now. I know they had photos, what things would look like with this or that, and then they couldn't get teeth right or or hands right. That's always funny. I like seeing those memes where the AI looks totally weird. Let me see. Oh, Hustlebee vacation starts today. Got sick. Oh man. Hopefully you're back. Hopefully you're back 100%. You gotta enjoy that vacation. Let me see. Okay, next. Now, Fanatics to begin selling trading cards, collectibles via live stream. Now, what does this sound like? What else do we know doing live streaming right now? Sounds like most platforms want to get into the live streaming. So now this, what's interesting about Fanatics though is that they pretty much own every jersey sports outlets. You used to be able to go to different sites, get different jerseys, sportswear on their favorite teams. Fanatics is just running pretty much everything at this point. Everything is going through them. So now they're getting into this to where, hey, live streaming's doing well. We want to jump in this somehow. Now, it says here, this is clearly in response to multiple other outlets getting into a similar space. TikTok, Walmart, eBay, Amazon are all among platforms which offer live stream shopping. In terms of collectibles and sports cards, Whatnot has become popular streamer for auctioneers of sports cards and collectibles. Whatnot operates similar to Twitch.tv and has more of an appeal to the new generation of collectors. Fanatics is a monopoly then, says SA. So they own every site now, says Josh Leva. So what is happening here? I mean, we're going to see a lot more of these live streams. I saw interesting comments. I like reading the comments on Reddit, on YouTube. I want to see what people are talking about when it comes to live streaming. And it seems like people are kind of getting overwhelmed when it comes to who do I want to watch? Who do I want to follow? What am I buying? What am I not buying? What am I collecting? How many different people are going live at once? And then, of course, the different platforms kind of competing. And a lot of people seem to be kind of getting overwhelmed at this point. And eBay hasn't really even started. I mean, they have, but it's really been a more buy it now, not really an auction type of thing. Walmart, Amazon, I think we're running kind of similar. But we really haven't seen it kind of in the Whatnot space to where fast auctions and things like that. Let me see. I'm not overwhelmed. SA. All I see are sellers complaining whatnot buyers are cheap, says Vintage Profit. And not only that, but I mean, complaining maybe that they're not getting the money that they want, but for me, I'm just not gonna run it on there on that platform. And same thing, me and Sneakers Envy had talked too. I mean, when hats and some of that stuff, I just haven't gotten a lot of that stuff in lately. I was hoping to get a lot more of that stuff in. That stuff, even though it did seem and look cheap, I mean, I'm making pretty good profit on those items. But shoes, I'm clearly not, and that's where I'm like, well, eBay and Go makes way more sense. Just won't run it on there, and that's what I think where people have to make that same decision. Just don't run those items if they're not going to be profitable, and it makes no sense to keep those wheels turning for low to minimal profit when you can sell them elsewhere. You have to do the platform that's going to work for you, which is what kind of relates to our topic today. I can't watch Whatnot, buy stuff I don't need, says eBay Poshman. Select goods, yep, not running any heat. I'm not even running heat. I'm not even running bricks because the bricks don't really get any attention. I was watching Select Goods. I jumped in on yours, but I was watching some other people selling kind of like everyday Air Max, things like that. $38, 26 bucks. I saw some New Balance at like 28. There's no need. Let me see. Anyone else found Mitchell Ness Vancouver Grizzly jersey at Ross? Good cop, definitely. Sounds like Whatnot was designed for lowballers. And I think which a lot of the heat stuff, you really have to find the right buyers or the right people ready to spend money as well. But things change quickly, so I don't know. Okay, but we're gonna add Whatnot and all that to our topic today anyway. Okay, add to stream. Let's go back. How are your sales? Let's talk sales a little bit. eBay, StockX, Go, Poshmark, Whatnot, Amazon, Mercari. So, a couple of updates. Number one, Mercari did do a new update on their shipping. And if you are selling shoes on Mercari, you can do the UPS, kind of like they're somewhat slower shipping, but it's $10.99. So $11, not bad at all. And I think with the fees and get a good sale on there, I think Mercari is good. The problem is getting the eyes on the product because Mercari, compared to like eBay, Amazon, the eyes on their product is totally different. It's a totally smaller market in the big realm of things. But Poshmark, we know some people that have already been doing that, been consistent. What I didn't know about the Poshmark side, Brian was telling me more about like the fee structure on the live shows on Poshmark. And what did you tell me, Brian? People making like 50 cents or a quarter if they start at $3 or less or something like that. And if it just sells for $1 to $3, I mean, they're making like 25 cents or something. I don't know. The live show thing on Poshmark is crazy. People are still, I think, trying to decide maybe on Poshmark and the Whatnot live selling. Let me see. eBay rocking for me. Poshmark, Mercari slow. eBay and Go has been good. Mr. Sports LA. Now looking at the numbers from 5 cents. Sorry, there you go, Brian. Sounds about right on Poshmark fees, slim pickings. Going on the sales side for eBay, January felt slow, but it actually wasn't when I was comparing it to last year. But for some reason, it just felt a little bit slower. And then this month so far has been okay. Yesterday, I think I had like 4 sales, which that was kind of like not that great. Today, though, we had $1,000 day for eBay. I was fine. That's great. I'll take that. But I need to just keep listing, keep putting on the more items. We know how it is, and putting in that work. Let me see. eBay, Gulp, Mercari, keeping me alive. Select goods. Mercari sucks with the choose model requirement and then the shipping. Yeah, I don't like the extra steps. You know what I hate on the Mercari side is like when you choose women's shoes, Then you got to choose, materials and other random questions. And I'm like, what's going on here? You don't ask this for the men's shoes, but for the women's shoes, more details. Let me see. Let me go back up. Pretty consistent this week. Not bad with eBay. There we go, Danny. I got a couple of the consignment goat sales. That was good. And Palma, yeah, goat's been consistent. Sales every day for the most part on goat. So I am happy with that. On Mercari, I literally click on don't know brand for everything. Vintage profit. All right, so that's sales. Let's get into our topic. We're 20 minutes in. Hit that like button. I would appreciate that. We have almost 100 people in here. Let's start our main topic. We're going to bring up what a 24 hours looks like. So what does a full-time reseller's day really look like? I need your help in the chat. We're going to take some common denominators. We're going to see what we really do. And now the reason why I brought this topic up and why I wanted to talk about this today, we get it all the time. You might even get this if you visit people this Sunday for Super Bowl. They're going to say, I want to do what you do. You get to resell stuff. You ship stuff here and there. You get to go to stores. It's fun. You get to source. Who doesn't like that? It's great. You don't know everything that goes into a full day. And even if you're a part-time seller, when I went to work and I was working the office job, right after work, it's just straight to listing or straight to sourcing or straight to something to do with the business side. It's not easy. And figuring out time slots, when you want to get things done. And, there's a lot of times too where you are going to stay up super late trying to finish something, trying to get things done when it comes to the business. So many more defeats than victories, Vegas Valet. Let's see, full-time reseller here. There we go, Lucky Charm Chico. All right, so here we go. Let me get this out of here. We're going to present this. What? Where is this? Oh, stop screen. Sorry. I'm a rookie. Kind of. Okay, can everybody see this? We're going to put in some stuff here. Okay, so here's some factors on the right side, if we can see that here. And then here's our 24 hours in a day. Now, as a full-time seller, time goes by so quick. Hella quick. Stevie D, what's up? Now, let's talk about the non-business stuff first. We have to shower. Well, I guess you don't have to, but it would be recommended. We have to sleep at some point, even if it's small, mini, Kramer, 20-minute naps. You can only go so long. Personal. Do you have a hobby? Things you like to do that's not business related? Working out. Go to the gym. Family time at some point. I would think. We have to eat. Some people do breakfast, lunch, dinner. Some people do planned meals, meal prep. Some people are just eating snacks on the road, going to the next store. Which we've all done it. It's not the best. And sometimes it can get out of hand. Hustler snacks. What about content? Now for me, most of it goes to YouTube. I have to edit, things like that. A lot of you, you post on IG. Some people it's that serious, some people it's not. What about groups? What if you're in like accountability groups, reselling groups, things like that? Where do you spend that time? To be into those groups and to talk or to leave comments or to work things out or share advice. That's a lot there too. We haven't even gotten to the business side, which is the main thing. Resellers shower? Where does this happen, Stevie D? I literally can't sleep knowing I got stuff to list. Vegas Valet. Shower and sleep optional some days. Sneaker pickers. People sleep, says Brian. I do gym, then I stink up Ross, Burlington, and then shower and I get home. If you ever been in a line at Nike before it opens, you'll find out firsthand 95% of resellers don't shower. DVD. Facts. Sneaker flip fine. Let me see. Chat going crazy. eBay Poshman. As a part-time seller, I work full-time and go to one store before work, and my work days are 14-hour days. One kick finder. There we go. This will change when I get to that point. You know what I mean? When you know. Slim Pickens. This interesting Slim Pickens. Wake up, shower, get my son dressed, ready to go. Then the wife gets my daughter ready for school, drop her off, head straight to Burlington, Ross, source, then head home, do it again the next day. So for Slim Pickens, Stevie D, Mendez finds the dads, moms and dads that are in the chat. See, family time would have to be somewhere in here. Now, working out, I know, we talked about this before, is also not part of someone's or most people's everyday thing too. Just like shower should be, but it's not. Let's get into the business side. Okay, now sourcing. Now there's different ways here. Now if you're going to hit the stores, you're going to go at, let's say they open at 8 a.m., usually Ross, Burlington. Are you going to go early? Maybe you're going to go in the afternoon. That's RA. Online, OA. You're online with groups. You're figuring out how to get items in. You're ordering items, which that could happen like, random links or random times or random sales. Are you alert? You're ready? That's going to take time as well. What about a supplier? Let's say you're dealing with suppliers. You're still going to have to figure out how you're going to get inventory, whether you're picking it up, maybe it's being delivered, maybe you're working out some sort of deal there. Okay, so that's the sourcing part. Now keep in mind, the sourcing part will probably take up most of your day depending on, like the RA thing, we talked to Big Money Mo. Big Money Mo was saying, I'm going to stores constantly every single day. I'm driving here, I'm driving there. Now, everybody is different. Keep that in mind. But we're trying to figure out that common denominator here as a full-time reseller, what that looks like. And that's a lot of time on the sourcing part. Processing. Even if you do order online, the items come in. You have to unbox them. How much did you pay for? Are you doing bookkeeping? Same thing with RA. Let's say you picked up 20 Vince Carter jerseys from Ross. They're $20 each. What sizes do you have? How many did you pick up? Are you the bookkeeping side of it? And keeping that processed. Listing. This goes for every platform. eBay is going to take longer. We know that. You're taking photos, description. Well, description may not be too bad, but photos, doing that compared to, let's say, like an FBA. You're just, you're doing that on your phone. Maybe you're also doing it on desktop, but usually should be quicker since you're not taking photos and things like that. Goat would also be quicker than eBay. But you have to list no matter what. No one's going to see your product if you're not listing anything. Storing the item. Are you storing it at home? If it's at home, that's probably a lot easier for you since you don't have to go out and get the item and bring it back, or maybe you're shipping it from the warehouse, or you're going into a warehouse, or a storage unit. Big Money Mo talked about he has 2 storage units. So storing items alone too, that's going to bring up a different thing. Packaging. Now packaging would be, let's say on the Whatnot side, you sold 60 items. You're going to be... You're going to be going through, see who ordered what, packaging each individual item, maybe multiple items into one, but the whole packaging side of it, not including the shipping part of it. Some people might be able to, or maybe USPS or UPS, they're picking up the items from your house or the warehouse, or are you dropping off? That means you got to make the car drive to drop off these things. Marketing side of it, which we totally did not talk about, which is our last one. Are you sending offers? Let's say you're on eBay, you're sending offers every morning, maybe at night. There's emails. me and Sneakers Envy talked about this, sending out like emails, like a newsletter thing on eBay, or coupons, different coupons you can do as well. Discounts on your store. What about also with DMs and other people that maybe you are supplying other people, you're making a cut out of it, but you're still marketing the items that you have in a different way. So this is a lot going on here that I think a lot of course, from the outside, reselling looks fun. What about all of this? How does that come into play? Let's see. Let me go back up. Let me see what does the chat think about, is there anything that I'm missing that we should be adding here? Sourcing is almost 6 to 8 hours a day, sneaker pickers. Select goods. For real though, I eat light breakfast, get my daughter ready for school, drop her off, come back, pack orders, drop them off, then to the gym, then sourcing, then pick up my daughter, make dinner, then we got a list. That alone, we're talking about what? 6, 7 a.m. to 7, 8 p.m. I would think. With all of this, maybe even later. Let me see. I usually have to wait an hour or two before I reply to questions because people ask the most annoying things. Vintage Profit. A discount and coupons every morning. Flipping it good. There we go. There's the marketing side of it. My head's spinning right now. Select goods. I'm getting overwhelmed just listening. eBay Poshman. Mr. Sports LA says, empty nester. I'm out early nowadays. Been great. I have 7 different routes, going to 1 route per day. Interesting. So, Mr. Sports LA, how long would you say you're outsourcing for 7 different routes, 1 route per day? Let me go back. Like Brian, he was like, I'm just trying to get out of the house. Having kids, just trying to escape. You know what? We didn't add on here. Bathroom. You gotta pee, you gotta take a dump, things happen. Burlington, nice bathrooms. It was kind of funny though too, was that I think there was like a research that said like 80% of parents just need alone time and just sit on the can just to take a break from their family. And that could be a good 15-20 minute break just to and that's 20 minutes of your day, right? Let me see. Resellers watching this live while looking at their death piles. But there's big money, Mo. There we go. So here's another question for the chat. If you have a pretty deep death pile, should you be outsourcing? Yes or no? There's not right or wrong answer. Should you be outsourcing? And just arrived. What did I miss? Oh yeah, so we're breaking down our 24-hour schedule as a reseller. Big money, Mo. You need to process sneaker flip. Fine. You need a process you truly commit to, and that includes the stuff we hate: bookkeeping, inventory management, listing. Sneaker Picker says death pile equals no sourcing. Hell yeah, if you have the funds. Big money, Mo. Yarslav, yes. Depends how seasonal your death pile is. I would still do. Jimmy, yes, just hold off on the death pile don't hold off the death pile for too long. No, consolidate death pile. You need to source to add to my death pile. They're lucky on 3 legs. Death pile equals sitting money. Too legit. I'm out there, says KC Flip. Always outsourcing equals no listing. Okay, so let's go to the chat. Let's work together and let's figure out what this could look like. Okay, so what time do we wake up? More or less. Were you around this range? 5, 6, 7 a.m. We got to put wake up in here. We're a full-time reseller. What time are we waking up? And what time are we going to bed? Of course, everybody is different. Now, 7 is going to be too late if you're going to the stores at 8, more than likely. It's also probably too late if you have kids. So, more than likely we're around here range. Let's see. Usually 6 a.m. Wake up at 5:15. Sneaker pickers, there go 5. Slim pickings 8 a.m. Select goods 6:30. 6. Going to bed at 3 a.m. Slim pickings. Okay, so slim pickings schedule. Going to bed at 3 a.m. and waking up at 8 a.m. So a solid 5 hours of sleep. Now, my friend told me when you have kids, your body will adjust. 4 hours here, that's fine. 5 hours there, that's fine. My body's adjusting, but it is rough. Let me see. 5 hours of sleep. See, 9 a.m. 7 is fine if you're not showering. Sneakers envy. You guys are wild. 6 says Brian. Stay up late. Yeah. So this is fun. This is kind of funny because me and Hustlebee, even before I had my girl, me and Hustlebee did a complete opposite schedule to where him and his wife would go to bed late, but they would also wake up later. And I was the opposite to where like I got to get everything done early and get up early. So there's different schedules, and I like to see what people do. And who knows, maybe when you actually try a different schedule, it ends up working for you. Let me see. Slim doesn't need sleep, says Brian. Go to bed at 12:30 a.m., up at 6:30. So Mr. Sports LA, a solid 6 hours, you would say. So for the most part from the chat, it looks like we're around this area where we're waking up at around 6 a.m. So that sounds pretty good. Flipping it good to 7 a.m., do shipping, no breakfast, drop kids off to school, back home, take pics for the day, source for 3 to 4 hours, pick up kids from school, lunch, list on eBay for 5 hours, and at 8 p.m. family time. Flipping it good. That's a legit answer. Those are the answers. We've been reading a lot of these big time answers. Any big time answers, put them in. Because people need to know what a realistic schedule looks like. I mean, I wish it could be, I get to source at Ross, and it's fun because I just found a bunch of items, and I just go home, I list here and there, and then I'm just chilling, with the family. I eat dinner, and that's it. And bills just pay themselves. And, whether I source or not, death piles or not, list or not, money's just coming in. Dapper Fanatic, what's up? Dapper Fanatic, what does your 24-hour reselling schedule look like? I haven't had 8 hours of sleep in over 20 years, sneaker pickers. Sleep in the Burlington line, eBay Poshman. Man, eBay Poshman, that Burlington line was out of control. Like, I told Brian about this like 4 days ago. It wrapped 3 times around. I hadn't seen this line like this since Q4. I was like, what is going on here? But then I think they had like 3 people on register, so that also didn't help. Grab some pillows from Ross and lay down. I try to list my finds as soon as I get home just to get it over with. Now, Hustlebee also has, or had, I don't know now with the whatnot stuff going around, but 24-hour listing rule to where everything had to get listed in 24 hours. Now, we also know the opposite side, the resellers that you see every day, you see them sourcing, maybe you talk to them, maybe you don't see them, maybe they're just talking to them online. They fully admit, I have death piles. Okay, so what are you doing to combat the death piles? That stuff needs to get listed. People listing from the store, which we have seen that. Let me see. Wake up at 6 a.m. Stevie D. Bless the wife with the best 30 seconds of her day. Get kids off to school, then work all day. There we go. List more than you buy. Ross lines are bad out here, Mrs. Sports LA. I guess the good thing about some of the Ross stores is the self-checkout. That's been helping. But not all stores are doing the self-checkout. Maybe Ross will be taken over with AI, and you can get out of the store faster. eBay Poshman, best thing about reselling is schedule can be flexible, but that can be good or bad. 100% eBay Poshman. I like that answer. It can be good or bad because the flexible part is, hey, I don't have a boss. I can move things around, right? You can maneuver your schedule around to focus on things that are more important. The bad thing is when you're not listing or you're not sourcing or you're not doing anything for the business side of it as a full time, then money isn't coming in. And like we said before, bills got to get paid. Things got to get, you got to support you, your family, whatever situation you're in. See, need that 30 seconds sometimes, extra grand. There we go. Slim Picking self-checkout helps, but they still have to take off the security tags, which can take a while too. That's also true. Okay, so let's get back to our schedule. Where are we here? We're waking up. Now, are we sourcing first? Yes or no? We have options. We could be sourcing, or we're actually shipping in the morning, or we're hey, what's going on here? Or we are maybe already on our routes for or maybe we're dropping kids off at school, which that seemed to be another one. That seemed to be our next option at this point. Okay, so what are we doing after we wake up, more or less? Oh, we're listing, says Select Goods. Okay. So listing is another option. I think what this is going to come down to is, now we have our schedule here. We can do this at any time. How long are we listing? How long are we sourcing? How long are we shipping? Those are the three main components when it comes to the reselling side. And that's what I think is going to take up most of our day. And at what point do you say, all right, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm spending time with my family or alone time, or I'm relaxing somehow. Or is that not happening? When does the workout come in? Or does it? Ship, source, then list. Today's sourcing, Mrs. Sports LA. Customer service first, then shipping. Flipping it good. I need more than the 200 characters to give my actual routines. Reselling is my relaxing time, says Danny. That would be in this hobby part, which is what we talked about this. When was it? Late last year? How do resellers really have a hobby or not? Because the reselling part is fun. You enjoy it. You have to be enjoying what you do. At any job. If it's a job or a career, you have to enjoy it. Then it wouldn't necessarily feel like a ton of work. But looking at this list right here of these 7 things to do, that's quite a bit of work on the reselling side. We spoil our kids and drop them off. Smooth, says Select Goods. Pictures are the hard part for me. Gotta have time to do that. I can list at work when I'm a little slow. Hobbies don't get tax deductions. Yeah, we didn't even talk about tax time, which maybe next show we'll talk about tax time. I'm still waiting for the PayPal one to come through, but tax, that's not, we've done that show every year. That's not an exciting show either. It's a job, Sneakers Envy. Good topic, eBay Poshman. I appreciate that. Our hobby is shopping, sourcing. The work comes after. Very true. That's the funnest part about this, is the sourcing, the getting out there. So more than likely, this is what's going to happen. Sourcing, shipping, and listing is going to take up, for the most part, yes or no, all of this time. I mean, that's quite a bit, more than likely. Would you agree or not, or disagree? Those are 3 big main components in this, what we're in. And that's going to take most of your time. When you get to this point, this is about dinner-ish time, you still have to decide, am I working out? Am I spending family time? What about hobby stuff? Am I doing that? Am I putting out content? IG posts, editing for YouTube. If you're doing YouTube videos, am I in groups, accountability groups, Discord groups, other groups to better myself or business? When does that come into play? Don't forget to eat. Dapper, that's very true. We didn't even include our eating. Hella time, says Lucky Charm Chico. Yes, yes, and yep. What about self-education, SA? I try to educate myself on business topics. We did not include that. Now that kind of falls into maybe a personal or a business. Now this could be maybe like a reading a book, right? Reading a book, listening to podcasts, watching videos on YouTube, maybe on your niche or your topic. That would also kind of fall into play, and that could be an extra 30 minutes, an hour a day or so. It's kind of in between personal and the business side, because you are trying to, or maybe it's not even an educational thing on business. Maybe you're trying to just get better at something that you enjoy doing. So, it doesn't even have to be business related. Hustler Hacks University. Catching up on Hustler Hacks innovative YouTube videos. There we go. Sneaker pickers. I agree with Glenn. It takes up your time, but I enjoy it. 100%. We all enjoy it, but we know that it's going to take up most of the time. This is when, though, that maybe from the outside looking in, they don't know that part. This is the part they know the most of, because that's the part they want to be a part of. From an outsider looking in that wants to become a full-time reseller or even part-time reseller, this part in green, that's the highlight right there. And of course the money part. When they hear the cha-ching, when they see money coming in, they love that part too. They want to be a part of that. But what happened here? I'm listening to 3 business books while I'm driving over the last 3 months. Very nice. Let me see. Crazy Nelly, what's up? I hate the people that tell me selling on eBay is not a real job. They never see the side of the process. Mark Walker, 100%. I put on audiobooks while sourcing select goods. You hear that register ring while at Ross and a quick look around to see if everyone's staring at you. It's not a real job. It's like 4 real jobs. Vintage profit. Now, here's something we haven't talked about. Are you ready? That needs to be added on here, and could be added on here. That would actually free up a lot of time. Let's put workout back, which we didn't even add workout to our thing. This will be help/hiring. Now, we did not add this in. This would actually free up quite a bit of these. Well, actually these. Sourcing, which is the buying part of it, RA, OA, or supplier, more than likely is what you want to do. We all want to do that. It's the funnest, it's the best part of this whole thing. Someone can ship for you. Someone can list for you. Now it comes into play, are you opening to hiring? Yes or no? I want to know in the chat. If so, keep in mind, we have to train them. We have to get a system in play that they will get better and improve over time. But they can quit. They can ask for more money. Are you paying them enough? How many hours are they putting in? 19 hours, 20 hours, 40 hours? Are you hiring multiple people? If you're really adding so much products onto your eBay listings, your Amazon. I mean, now we're talking like, this is like Mr. Maverick type of level, to where you have a warehouse, you have multiple workers. Things are, now you're really going up, but you're freeing up time in different ways. And you have to pay them. Sad face, Dapper Fanatic. Exactly. No time to pick up the game controller. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot more work than people think. It's like one person running a whole factory theirself. Very true, eBay Poshman. And what if that one person gets sick? I was sick 2 weeks ago or so. And I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I wasn't 100%. Hustlebee just said right now he's sick, even trying to go on the vacation. If that one person gets sick, someone has to help out, or your business might just be chilling there for a bit, until maybe you can start listing again. You start getting better. I know my wife was taking packages for me when I did get COVID in 2021. 2 years? Yeah, 2 years, not 3 years ago. 2 years ago. So she was helping out on that side of it, helping with the shipping, taking the packages. But for the most part, man, I was just down and out. It was tough. Let me go back. Yes, eventually hiring a helper. Or do you have, maybe you have a partner, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, helping you in that case. Big Money Mo said it's him and his wife. Hustlebee and JC, wife, husband-wife combo. So they are helping in a different way on the shipping side or listing side. And that's also going to be a big factor that comes into this when scaling. Put a mask and glove on, be a man. If you have lots of kids, time for them to pay off. Josh Leba, he's ready to get like a whole assembly line of workers. You're creating the kids and they're working. I be praying my competition gets sick sometimes. Slim Pickens. Slim Pickens, wife helps with the kids. There we go. Okay. Gotta start training kids when they are young. How do you know when you are ready to hire? Mark Walker. So that's a good question. And for the chat as well, how do you know when it's time to hire? And I personally believe it's time to hire when inventory is sitting, you're getting overwhelmed, and maybe you're not even filling yourself at this point. We've all been there too. You're just constantly grinding to the point to where like you're just you're not even in the work zone anymore. You're in a totally different place to where you're like, this is not going to happen because I'm going to self-implode. And when you self-implode, things aren't selling, things aren't being listed, there's stuff all over the place. You need someone to help you either list it or ship it, or maybe a processing side, right? If inventory is coming in, not necessarily even from the RA side, OA or supplier, sorting, bookkeeping, the sizes, whatever, if it's shoes, clothing, activewear, you got to figure out how many you have of each size, how much you paid for those items. Then we got to store it. Where is it going to go? Or if we're sending it off to FBA, now we got to ship it. Who's going to help ship it? If it's a ton of stuff. KC flipping full, tore my ACL. My wife took care of it all. Very nice. Stepped in. When the cost of help is irrelevant to your operation. There we go. Big Money Mo. That is also a good point. When you're overwhelmed, for sure, Slim Pickens. Now, I don't pay them with your death pile when you want to expand. And I guess what I would want to throw in there is that even if you're overwhelmed or you feel like things aren't getting done, maybe you're not there on the scaling part of it. Maybe your system just isn't that great. And that needs to be improved. That could be time management, platforms. Maybe you don't need to cross list right now. Maybe you need to focus on that one platform that's making you the most money and diving deeper to make sure everything is listed and shipped. Honestly, if you have a FBA operation, it could be a lot easier to scale on your own. Big Money Mo. It's a roller coaster of emotions when you start and try to grow. It's also when Danny, to also jump on that, it's also a roller coaster of emotions when you're trying to grow, but you're also trying to pay yourself because you don't really know how much money you should be making. Because honestly, most, if not, well, not all could go straight to the business, but if you could do 90% back into the business, it should be back into the business if you're going to see growth. Going half and half, I mean, you are going to need to make money, but if there's somewhat extra money that you have into the business, into spending that money, into getting more products. And I can tell you right now, I didn't believe into that for a long time until B was telling me, like, why do you have this money sitting here? Like, this money needs to be put into play. And I didn't see that great growth or next level growth until I was like, yeah, why isn't this money being used in a certain way? It has to be. How about refunds and customer service? And that would be, man, that is a good one. We did not include that because it wouldn't really be in a processing. It needs to be on its own. So let's get this out of the way, and let's add that right here. So let's do a customer service part, and the customer service. I mean, the refunds would be back into the processing part because where is that inventory going to go now? How much did you pay for that? If it did come back, how much? I mean, the fees and stuff should have been returned as well. But sometimes you get shoes back and then they use them. Maybe you're taking half of that. You're not giving them a full refund. You know, there's different situations. So customer service part would also be on this list, which we also did not include. Packages being lost and stolen. So that could also be part of the processing part as well. If stuff does not come back or it's gone. And also the bookkeeping part, if for some reason you did not win an appeal or something like that in that case. Need that 401k, dapper. Select goods. Another important thing we forget about is retirement funds for ourselves. So putting money away for the future. Or maybe not even for you, maybe for your family. Maybe some other investments. Let me see. Customer service shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes unless you have to report something to eBay. Yeah, the customer service part is a little lower on this side of it while using other platforms. Amazon, eBay, whatnot. Customer service would get a lot higher though if you had your own website, which there's some people do, which is really good too if you could build your own brand in that sort of way. Have your own website. Maybe you're selling off of IG. Maybe you're selling off of groups or other DMs, which we had DMs on here. Your customer service probably would be a lot higher then. Do you all do returns? eBay Poshman. Do you accept returns on your sales? 2 back-to-back questions. Let me see. Sneakers Envy says I have returns off. So to select goods. Chris says no returns here. I have returns on, actually. Now there's a mix. Some people might have them off. Some people have them on. Domestic only, says Danny. How about calling eBay because they made a mistake with something, not refunding fees automatically? Which, yes, would be customer service part. I do returns. Antonio, Vintage Profit, yes. Of course I accept returns. Big Money Mo. No returns. So a mix. Some returns, yes and no on here. Yes to returns. Flipping it good. All right, anything else we need to add? Now, we're coming down to the end. What this exercise was is to see the bigger picture on things and to see where where you're at on the reselling part. Maybe some things you want to work on. I know you might want to take a screenshot on some things that we discussed. Maybe some things that we really didn't think about. Like, hey, maybe I should be sending more offers, maybe at night or in the morning. Maybe I should make 30 minutes of just sending offers or just doing some marketing side on my eBay or other platforms, or how can I hire to make things a little bit easier for me on the listing side of it, or what do I need help on any of these, and what can I do to get some help on that side of it. Let me see. Free returns does attract more buyers, says Danny. Big Money Mo, the better your return policy, the more sales you get. I love this, Glenn Fire. Appreciate that, Slim Pickens. You can do bulk offers on eBay on the computer, Antonio. Very true. You can do more like a bulk offers. And of course, you can also do like promotions on your eBay store, all on desktop. Make that a lot quicker process for you. Send bulk coupons on the computer. There we go, Antonio. So there we go on the offer side of it. I would probably say, and I'm open to admit this, right now my struggle is family time. And it probably doesn't even seem like that. I think it's in my head. And the reason why it's in my head is because, obviously, just having a baby, me and my wife. But I feel like I want to like really cut everything off at a certain time. And I can't. Obviously, I'm doing this live show right now, but like I still have to ship stuff for today. It's not going to ship itself. So that side of it is really what I'm digging deeper into, is like, well, how do I want to make that into play? Working out, I get that done. That gets thrown in here. Eating, I obviously eat. I do shower. Content on YouTube wise also gets thrown in here, which today I was editing a video when I still had to ship. And I did get my listings done, but I do list every day. If that's also a question. I do list every day, and I think the more the better. I don't want to go any day without listing anything, because I feel like if there's no eyeballs on it, it's not going to sell. I really want to keep the sales flowing. Let me go back into the chat. Everybody give them a thumbs up. I appreciate that, Jesse. I need to do more offers, Mrs. Sports LA. Is there a best time to send offers in your opinion? I usually do mornings. I think mornings are better just to kind of start the day and try to getting them out there, just because you know how it is. There's people at work. There's people, at all day kind of bored, and they're like, oh, hey, I didn't know I had extra, 10% off on this, $10 off on this, $5 off. And they might look into it more when they're bored at work and try to buy stuff during the day, because stuff randomly sells throughout the day. So maybe done in the morning and give them that offer. Glenn, you're a good dad. I appreciate the eBay Poshman. You feel guilty? That's a hard one, says Dapper Fanatic. Yeah, I'm not at full guilt mode yet, and I don't want to get to that mode. I guess because now that baby is here, I'm like, what makes sense on a schedule time? And right now, honestly, which is the proper answer, everything is revolving around her, because I can't sleep. Like, we're not getting a full-blown 8-hour sleep. That's not going to happen anymore. The good thing is right now she's waking up a little bit less during the night. But now that she's going towards the 3-month stage, only dad in this case can rock her, hold her to where she falls asleep. And it wasn't like that before. The wife could do it, I could do it, and she'll kind of fall asleep on her own. Now she's like being more fussy on like who's holding me, kind of getting into like a weird little routine on like falling asleep. And dad's long lanky arms are doing that right now. So that's also coming into play. Let me see. Brian, what did Brian say? Oh, congrats on the baby, bro. Nacho average fries. Oh, you as well. I think what? Um, well, Nacho, 2 kids. Nacho's bro has kids. I don't know. You providing for your family. Go eBay Poshman. It is so important to spend quality time with the wife and daughter. 100%. Let me see. What did Brian say? I didn't see Brian. Oh, wait until she's pounding on the window and you're trying to run out the door. Oh, 3-time champ. There we go, Nacho. 3, man. Yeah, big time champs out there in the chat with multiple kids. Invest your eBay profits into a more passive business, says Kaiser. A lot of dudes don't even raise their kids. You're already doing great. Vintage profit. Appreciate that. Your first baby, your time is hard. By the second kid, you hold them like a football to take them to school. Just on the running back. All right. Get a swing. Yeah, the swing right now has been doing good. My daughter wants to be attached at the hip all the time. I source with my 3-year-old every day. There we go, Ace. I like that. And they grow up fast. eBay Poshman. All right, so that's where we're at on now help and hiring. I'm actually working on that right now, which is interesting because I've never been in that mode. I've always been like, I can do this myself. Why am I gonna pay for something that I can do? And honestly, that's not the right mindset. And B has told me this before many times too. He's very smart when it comes to the business and a lot of things. I learn a lot from that guy. But I do need help. And that's what I'm working on right now. There's a person already set to go. But now I got to get into the training mode. Now I got to get to make sure. And what are they going to be doing, you're asking? Listing. I'm starting off with photos, and listing is like the first part of it. One step at a time, and the system needs to be correct. Or if not, we talked about the self-implosion, and we do not want that. Let me go back. Because time is more important, Sneakers Envy. My son only wants me to change his diaper, not mom, just to be slim pickings. I used to be general manager for a sandwich shop, and it was a lot of stress, but I don't think it will be as stressful as managing someone to list and help resell select goods. Don't screw up that payroll, sir. There we go, Dapper. Exactly. So yeah, those are my challenges right now. And I know what's gonna soon to be a challenge, and that's gonna be storing. And I've been looking at storage units and figuring out how much that's gonna cost per month. So that's gonna be my next challenge on that part of the business. Make a binder of best practices for your help, Sneakers Envy. Yeah, I've been taking down those notes and important factors and things that I need to make sure set in first before getting into, like, for me, I'm like, don't even worry about how many listings or how many photos you can get done. We need to make sure the photos are done right first. And getting faster. One of the things that I also learned from Chris, Daily Refinement, is like the less amount of time you are, I guess, like moving around. This helped me out a lot on the whatnot side of it, on shipping. I made like one little square, and I'm like, I'm not leaving this square. Everything that I need is here. And I'm going to spend less time moving around. So it was like label, box, hat, label, box, hat, over and over and over and over and over and over. And it was done. Save so much time. Imagine trying to like get the product. And then label, I don't know, you can move around so many different things. That's what I want to get done for the photo side of it when I'm training. You don't even be moving around everywhere. Less time moving, the better. Okay, let me see. Storage units are pricey in my area. Storage unit is the move if they're cheap enough. Exactly. There we go, Mo. My idea is hire a freelancer, drop off items to them, photograph, and take drafts. There we go. Vintage profit. I have that problem right now. I don't have space. My boy Chamo. Yep, 1099 helper, not employee. 1099 contractor rather than employee dapper. I don't know about Texas. You may need unemployment, workers' comp, general liability insurances too with an employee. So yeah, a lot of things also come into play when it comes to that. And that was one of the things though, is that like, you know, when scaling, right, there's new challenges that come into play. And that's one of them that I also have to spend the time to figure out what is the correct way of doing it. Quickest way to list is sell similar. If you are listing a baseball turf, you search on your store and list similar. One of your listings, change picks, minimum specs, and done. Flipping it good. That's very good advice, because yeah, your listings is what I like about it too, is when it's not only is it the similar shoe, but it's also the same size or similar colors, or when there's very similar things in that product, it's super easy to list. Exactly, because you already have it on your own listings. It's like, get them done. We all don't have an amazing basement like the B, Mr. Sports LA. Man, I wish I had one of those basements. Where I live here in El Paso, we don't have anything like that. That basement is sick. I would love that. Shipping would be the first thing I'd have the help do, Big Money Mo. Select goods, I wish I had that too. 100%. I love that on the basement stuff. This conversation can go on forever, but I really wanted to get the basics down, and it's kind of funny though that all of this list is a basic on selling and reselling. I guess the reason why we say reselling is because a lot of it from the sneaker side of it is like, as you guys say, Mickey Mouse reselling on hype, because that's super trendy, right? I could sell Supreme, I could sell hype, I could sell all of that. I can guarantee you they're not thinking about any of this. Not at all. That's just flipping hype shoes and ship it and call it a day. We're trying to build long-term businesses here that you want to do this for your life. Not here to just fads that come and go. And that's why I know you're still here and you're still watching. All right, here we go. We are done. Anything else you want to throw in before we go? We got to do this again. You know what? I really want to do this. Let's do this again when we have Ken on the show, and get more. And I want to see more of his input on this side of things. So I'm gonna save this, and we're gonna touch on this probably in the summer when it's a summer slowdown, and we'll get Ken's point of view on it too. I think that'd be pretty cool. And of course, we want to get more guests as well. Kevin and Chamo, trust me, I haven't forgot. What I really want to talk about Kevin too is I know he's doing more FBA, so I think that's going to be really important too, and get him in here. We will be sourcing when we are 70, eBay Poshman. Good question. I would love to just be like an old ass man sourcing as like a chill, fun, semi-retirement thing. That seems kind of cool, no? Can we find a way to do a Zoom meeting? That would be a really great. Meet everyone. Yeah, I mean, I think we should. A lot of people have been asking for kind of like the out hustled or level up and things like that. And I know this is only like once a week that we do the Wednesday shows, but there's more that can come into play on that. And I think what really comes into factor, of course, is time. which is what almost this whole thing is about. But yeah, that would be really cool. I'll be on a cruise when I'm 70. Select goods. Great show, Glenn. I want to learn FBA bad. Yeah, we could definitely do more FBA talk. Let me see. No slowdown this year. Sneakers envy. I like that. How much do you usually make per item you sell? Like, what is your target you look for? So I know when I first started, a lot of like my 40% ROI rule was the bare minimum. For the most part, you can make more than 40% on a lot of this stuff. Like I said, that was a bare minimum. For the most part right now, I'm really trying to double my money on a lot of things. When it comes to the shoes, hats have been more of like a triple money. And those are kind of like my targeting ROI at this point. And obviously Whatnot had a lot lower numbers when it came to ROI. That was more of like selling more units, making less, but you're making more by volume. But on the eBay side, it's more patience and hitting a bigger ROI on the target. Such a great live. I appreciate that, Slim Pickens. Hit that like button, Sneaker Pickers. Thank you. Oh man, Deportes. There we go. Liquidating 2,000 item eBay store soon. I'll be 70 and still complaining about low ballers like on 3 legs. We'll complain about fees. A girl on fire. Does your Ross mark up the bottom of your shoes? Yes. And I use to get it off is Ink Be Gone, which it's always done well. I know Mr. Sports LA also uses it. I know plenty of you probably used it. Goo Gone works good, but Ink Be Gone is like next level to where it should get off everything. All right, guys. Yeah, go spend time with the family. Exactly. That's what I'm going to go do right now. Well, and ship, which I still have to do that. All right, guys, we're done. Thanks for hanging out. The 90-something people that are still here. We had 100-something. I think it's a great topic, and hopefully you watch the replay. Or if not, send it to somebody else that needs to watch the replay. And I think it's a great topic, and we'll go through it again soon. All right, guys, I will see you on Friday's video, getting that done. And I'll see you also next Wednesday. All right, see ya. Go out and get it.